And so today's episode of Duniya Ek Dil delivers emotional humiliation, explosive colony drama, and Shiva's strongest stand yet for Adya. The episode begins with Khushi emotionally telling Pratibha that she feels terrible for Adya because no daughter deserves to watch her father sit behind bars. Pratibha agrees and worries deeply about Adya's emotional state. Soon the doorbell rings and Pratima is shocked to see Shiva bringing Adya home. But before Adya can step inside, Sonam blocks her path. She reminds everyone how much trouble Shiva's family suffered because of Baldev and openly refuses to let Adya stay in the house. Pratima tries convincing Sonam to understand Adya's helplessness, but Sonam refuses to listen. She warns Suraj that once Baldev gets released from jail, he will destroy their family completely. Meanwhile, inside the jail, burns with anger while remembering how Shivai ruined his public image. Back at home, Suraj also blames Shivai for getting Baldev arrested. But Shivai refuses to back down and forcefully brings Adya inside. The tension explodes when Sonam continues insulting Adya repeatedly. Finally, Pratima loses her patience and slaps Sonam for humiliating Adya again and again. She immediately takes Adya inside the house, but the drama gets even worse. A drunken Yashwardhan suddenly arrives outside the colony shouting Adya's name loudly. Shocked, Adya comes outside and asks why he is creating such a scene. Yashwardhan accuses Adya of ruining his life and playing with his emotion. Shiva asks him to leave because he is drunk, but Yashwardhan deliberately creates a public spectacle. He gathers the colony neighbors and starts insulting Adya's character in front of everyone. He cruelly calls her a player and claims she trapped Shiva the same way she trapped him. Then come one of the strongest moments of the episode. Shiva proudly reveals that he himself is the grocery shop owner from Kanoj whom Yashwardhan mocked earlier. He says he works honestly as both a mechanic and a shopkeeper and feels no shame in earning with hard work. But Yashwardhan crosses every limit when he tells Adya to publicly list all her lovers. Soon neighbors start recording videos on their phones while gossiping about her character. Shivai keeps trying to control the situation peacefully, but Yashwardhan refuses to stop insulting Adya. Finally, Shivai loses his temper and beats Yashwardhan badly. Furious and emotional, he says Adya honestly confessed her love, but Yashwardhan never understood her feelings and instead chose to attack her character. Stops Shivai before things get worse and asks him not to hit Yashwardhan anymore because he is already unconscious from drinking. Even after the drama ends, the colony people continue taunting Adya for living in Shivai's house without marriage. But Pratima and Shivai firmly defend her. Pratima emotionally tells the neighbor that none of them helped during difficult times, so they have no right to judge her family now. Then she makes a major decision. Pratima announces that Adya will stay safely in her house. However, until the marriage officially happens, Shivai himself will stay outside to protect society's dignity. Sonam silently gets irritated and secretly decides to make Adya's life miserable inside the house. The next morning, Adya plans to meet a lawyer for Baldev's bail, but Shivai surprises her by already arranging one. However, the lawyer reveals that because of court holiday, Baldev's bail hearing will happen only the next day. Inside jail, Baldev grows even furious and silently vows revenge against Shivai. The episode ends on an emotional and dangerous note, while the precap hints at shocking violence ahead as Baldev prepares to attack Shivai. Thank you for watching. Bye.